And so now we are going to talk about pure rolling. This is a continuation of previous video, but you are going to understand each and everything even in this video, because today we are going to derive actually how this pure rolling is happening. How are we getting this pure rolling? How this pure rolling is being generated? Yes, we have the disk right now. Yes, the disk is going to roll. You have a disk right now. This disk is going to roll on a surface, right? So now before it starts rolling, let's get an intuition of actually what's happening. Okay, suppose you have a frictionless surface. We say that friction at the point of contact should be equal to 0. Fine. Suppose this surface, which is the ground, is a frictionless surface. Frictionless, there is no friction. Okay, now what will happen? If it is a frictionless surface, suppose you are going to give it a motion, right? Suppose you are going to give it a motion about the center of mass. What is going to happen? Because there is no friction, this disc or this sphere is going to slide continuously. Will it ever roll? With a velocity v, you are going to give a motion, right? Will this ever roll? I think that it's very clear to each and every person that this sphere will never roll. Yes, because it is a frictionless surface. If you give a motion along the surface, it is continuously going to slide or slip along the same motion. But is it the case in a real life scenario? That is the question, $1,000,000 question. Is it the same scenario in real life situations? In real life situation, whenever you are going to try to slide a ball on the surface, even if you are trying to move it in a linear fashion, automatically you see that it is going to roll. Okay, it won't slide. And how is it happening? So that's what we are going to discuss in today's class. Fine, so we'll take another sphere right now, so that the visualization is pretty clear to each and every one of us. Fine, I took a sphere. Now let me separate this first diagram, because this was an example. I hope that everyone understood the first example. So now we will take ground. Fine, and let me take it at a distance so that the visualization is clear for us all. And the ground is fixed. Fine, it means the ground is not having any motion. The meaning is that now at the center, see, when I applied a force about the center, same like previous case, I wanted this sphere to slide, right? So I applied suppose it is sliding with a velocity v. It started sliding, for example. Okay, suppose it started sliding with velocity v initially. Whenever it started sliding, what will happen? What will happen is, see, at the point of contact, if you see, this is the point of contact, right? At this point of contact, you are trying to slide it, right? You are trying to slide it and it's sliding. Okay, well and good. So this is also v. Now what will ground do? Will the ground be quiet? This is the center of mass, right? Will the ground keep quiet? It will see, Are, this guy is trying to slide over me, so I have to apply a friction, right? Because this surface is not like frictionless and smooth surface. This is a rough and real surface. Life is rough, right? Life is real, life is rough. So it is a rough and real surface. And this rough surface is going to apply a frictional force in the opposite direction. So opposite direction to the motion, it's going to apply a frictional force, and ground is applying on the ball a frictional force, and we will name it F. F is our frictional force. Now, whenever a frictional force F is applied, see, there is a force which is applied at a distance from the center. This distance is called radius, right? So there is a frictional force applied at a certain distance will give you torque, right? This is producing torque. Yes or no? So torque is equal to radius times force. Fine. So torque is equal to radius times force. And due to torque, we have angular acceleration. See, whenever you have torque, see, whenever there is torque, do we have angular acceleration or not? Yes, we will have angular acceleration because the torque is not zero, right? So you'll have angular acceleration alpha, and alpha, you have a formula for torque. T is equal to I alpha. Already, even this formula is also already present. T is equal to I alpha is another formula for torque. So now you have angular acceleration, which is alpha is equal to T by I. Fine. So till here, I hope that everything is clear. Now we have these both formulas. So now we will get into the actual thing, what's happening. Fine. Here we'll have actual intuition. So we will write down due to torque, we have angular acceleration, and which is alpha. Okay, angular acceleration is alpha, and this acceleration will slowly increase the angular velocity. So now what does angular acceleration do? Alpha, angular acceleration increases angular velocity. How? Because acceleration is change in angular velocity is acceleration. What is acceleration? Angular acceleration is change in angular velocity. So it will continuously increase this omega. Initially, there was no omega. Let's say initially omega initially was zero. What was omega initially? Zero, because there is no rotation, only I wanted to slide it. Okay, finally you have omega is zero, and since there is alpha, omega is gradually increasing. Omega is gradually increasing. Fine. Now why is omega gradually increasing? Because there is sliding, right? If there is sliding VC, if there is sliding VC, automatically you are going to have more friction, right? Because see, if more sliding is there, then you will have more friction. Fine. So more friction, you will have more amount of torque. See, more amount of friction, you'll have more amount of torque. Because more amount of torque, you'll have more amount of alpha. Since alpha is change in angular velocity, so omega is also changing. It is changing, it is increasing. So omega is increasing. Up to when will omega increase? Because omega is equal to, you have omega. If omega is increasing, even the tangential velocity will increase, right? Tangential velocity will increase. It means tangential acceleration also is there, right? Tangential acceleration will increase, tangential velocity will increase in this direction. Fine. Because of omega, there is tangential velocity being applied. So if omega is increasing, velocity at the center will have what? You can see that this v which is there at this point will continuously be, the net will be decreasing, right? At this point the net will be continuously, see, for example, initially at point, let's say this is x, initially at vx we had only and only vc, right? Only and only vc minus r omega, right? Actually we should have, but omega is zero initially. Omega is zero initially. Gradually omega is increasing, and there will be such point where vc and r omega will be equal. R is anyways constant, so omega has to increase continuously. So omega will increase in such a way that vc equal to r omega. So at that point I will say that x has net velocity as zero, and we'll have the condition vc equal to r omega. So listen once more carefully. The thing is, initially we didn't have omega I. There is no initial angular velocity. Gradually angular velocity is increasing. There was only vc, so there was sliding forward. There was more of sliding. So omega was there, but what was happening? R omega, which was not equal to, it was less than vc, right? Initially, because initially omega I was zero, so it is definitely less than vc, so more of sliding. Now gradually omega is increasing, so still vc, r omega is less than vc. The meaning is, what is happening over here? The happening is still it is sliding, but with lesser velocity it will slide. still it will slide with lesser velocity, and finally what will happen is r omega will be equal to vc, where there is no sliding. It means there is no relative velocity between x and y point. They both will have same relative velocity, because the velocity will be zero. The net velocity will be zero here at this point. So that's why we say that for no slipping condition, no slipping means pure rolling, or pure rolling condition, we have omega is equal to vc by r. Now then now the friction is zero, because there is no relative sliding. The friction is zero. Until the sliding was there was friction, and due to friction there was alpha means angular acceleration, and due to angular acceleration there was change in angular velocity. It means angular velocity was continuously increasing, but now there is such a point that vc is cancelling out that omega. It means there is no need of friction to be present. There is no friction present. Automatically the friction is gone. Why? Because due to vc you had friction. Because of this sliding at the surface you had friction. Now there is no sliding, there is no friction, right? There is only pure rolling. Just imagine that on a smooth surface it is continuously rolling. Actually on smooth surface it does not roll, but this is similar to that, where there is no friction actually between these surfaces. So you say that. So finally I would like to make a statement or a quote. This also I have taken from somewhere else. I have listened it. That is, in pure rolling, there is no friction. Fine. This is the final thing I would like to tell. In pure rolling, in pure rolling, there is no friction, but without friction, will pure rolling be initiated? So this is what I want you all people to think about after this video. Okay, and I will give you the answer right now. You can pause the video and think about it. Okay, the answer is that the pure rolling won't be initiated without friction. Fine. It means to start the pure rolling you need friction, but when the pure rolling is gained, it means when the pure rolling is obtained, the friction is gone. There is no friction. Fine. So that is what the conclusion of this lecture is. I hope you liked the lecture and understood. Kindly subscribe to my channel and like this video, and please leave your comment in the in the comment section, and any suggestions regarding what type of videos to be further proceeded, or what type of videos do you want in the future. If you comment in the comment section, I'll definitely take up those things based on the majority. Okay, so guys, until the next video, see you. Take care.